Hello there, Sarah from 17 once again. This is my Uncharted 3 brutal difficulty video walkthrough. This is chapter 16, one shot at this, and I'm having issues opening this gate with Elena, because this game has some interesting triggering, some interesting scripting, and there are times when it's just like, nope, we're not doing it. This is a pretty fun chapter, it's got a couple of tricky fights in them, and I'm going to be doing some rather reckless things that I don't recommend you copy. But it can work, so if you want to try, feel free. All I will say is, in every situation where I put a shotgun on and I start doing reckless things, you can go behind cover someplace really safe at the back of the room and kill people very effectively. I would recommend almost exclusively that that's how you approach it. However, if you're in a happy-go-lucky mood like I was when I was recording this, feel free to do some crazy shit, because it can work. And I was really surprised that I managed to even get these next few fights, because I didn't think they were going to be successful, and I'm glad they were, because it shows just how fine the line between life and death is on Brutal. The section where you can stealth it up to the last two at the door, you can kill everybody in that room stealthily, and then you can throw a grenade at the last two people between them, and it'll blow them up at the same time, and it'll skip the fight. However, I make a mistake on my stealth, and I start fighting, and I didn't die. So you're going to see a one attempt on that sequence, which I wasn't expecting, because instead of being intelligent and backing up to the truck, which I'm going to show you, which I think you should go to because it's wonderful cover, everybody comes to you, you can grenade them and blind fire them, it's really easy then. Instead of doing that like a smart person, I put a Spaz 12 on, and I decided to start playing bloody Linda Hamilton in Terminator 2, and it works. It shouldn't work, but it did, so I'm very happy. You can fall through these windows and do aerial executions on those people, but I kind of missed my cue. So instead, I'm going to chase these guys from behind, I'm going to strangle the first one, and I'm going to beat up the second one, and then it's going to trigger a fight, because there's a couple of other people here. So, a couple of kidney shots, or liver shots, I'm not too sure what side of the body I just hit. Nobody comes immediately, you have to shoot the padlocks, but when you shoot the padlocks it's going to spawn a truck, and this is when I'm going to do something really reckless. So, this truck pulling in, I decided to run towards, great idea, right? And I'm going to try and kill them before they get out of it. This works great, and then afterwards, it gets crazy. Because these aren't the only people that come, there's going to be a bunch of dudes running to your right, I start blind firing, and then this happens. I do not know how I'm alive, but I'm alive. So, the car is great cover, he threw a grenade which really saved me, and then there's just this guy left who will not fucking die, he'll not react to bullets, he's just a dick. And then there's him throwing grenades, so once again still alive. Getting all Sinbad on this, and there's just one more dude, so you should be able to just push forward and take him out, but I'm taking a little bit of a quiet breather here to see where he is. I see him, and I'm going to shoot him in the face. So yeah, and that's the end of the fight, so that could have been way worse, but it worked. So if you want to get aggressive there, it's a pretty good strategy. Just be aware that if you don't have the ammo to do flat automatic, you're going to be running back with a pistol like your tequila. And tequila always wins in the movies, but it doesn't mean you're going to win in Drake's Deception. So be aware of this, guys, before you start pulling the crazy shit. Although, I cannot lie to you, I had the biggest smile on my face when that was happening. It was great. And there's a couple of really silly fights coming up, which I think I stopped caring, and I think that's really important. Sometimes you care too much about being safe in a harder difficulty, whereas on a couple of the fights coming up, I just embraced the chaos and went with it, and it got some really, really good results. So the truck's going to fall away from you here, and there's going to be a bunch of guys that investigate it. You can break the neck of two of them, and then one of them you have to shoot. I had the silenced pistol on here, with not great amount of ammo, because I was under the illusion I could use it to stealth the next courtyard. So I'm going to take a couple of choice shots against this guy, but I kill him with 2 bullets, and that's rare. Really lucky for that to happen, but it did, so I'm happy about that. And then we get to pick your ammo here, pick your weapon, pick your death dealer of choice, and then progress to do some of the platforming. And this is the big stealth sequence. So, if you can't stealth it, which is understandable because it's tricky to do this, but there is a path. You can even get on the roof with only the 2 guys left and one other dude, but you can never get over the roof because it fails you for some reason. I did that on Crushing several times and it's really stupid. But I'm going to stealth these people until they see a body, and then when they see a body, I'm going to show you the spot that you can go to when shit kicks off. It's essentially to the left of where we jumped into this courtyard, and it's behind a vehicle, which is really, really good cover. But you can be really bold on the stealth in this game, because it just kind of doesn't work well. It works okay, but it isn't brilliant. And you can do some really, really crazy stuff that you wouldn't think would work. This right here was a grab. I should have pressed circle, I pressed triangle, and that's why he dealt damage to me, because I didn't do it correctly. Learn from my mistakes, guys. Don't repeat them. And as you push forward, there's a couple more dudes. The lights are the big giveaway. The torches are actually really powerful here because they tell you where they're facing and they tell you where people are. I think it's a really clever design touch. It's kind of like the radar, the Soliton radar in Metal Gear. Look at that, you see that? He shoots when I take him out, but nobody reacts. Because I don't think it was meant to happen. I think that was a glitch. Which is a great glitch, because I think it's quite exciting seeing a dude rattle off some death shots, but I'm happy that everybody wasn't like, what the hell was that? Did you just hear somebody firing a gun? No, it's fine. Oh, okay. But a couple more dudes over there. I kind of wish they couldn't see the bodies. I appreciate that it's, you know, it's quite realistic. There it was. When Drake says shit, shit's kicked off. So right now, you can run all the way back into the garage and go to the car, which I'm going to show just now. So do you see the car at the back just there? Get behind that car and throw grenades back, blind fire. You'll have wonderful time because nothing can get close enough without you murdering it. It's a really, really powerful position. I'm not going to do that because these people don't quite know where I am and they don't rush me, so I rush them. And this is where I'm going to tell you not to copy what I'm doing unless you want to try it. And I recommend you try it because it's really fun. I'm just going to use cover, use the shotgun, and I'm going to just terrorize them. Straight up Rambo style. It's pretty wonderful. So this piece of cover here is great. Not only is it wide, but you can look over the top of it with the camera, so you can always know where people are, and you can keep your head on a swivel, and you can constantly check where people are going to be. Elena's really useful here, because not only is she a distraction, but she can also do damage. She doesn't do a lot of damage. It's kind of like on that part on Uncharted 4, where I was stuck forever, No Mercy I think it's called, where she just kind of does what the fuck she wants, shoots a dude 40 times and he's still alive. So the first guy goes down with a takedown. I thought Elena was the bad guy there, so I tried to punch her and he didn't do anything. Blind fire that guy. Here comes another dude, there's a grenade, get away from the grenade. A nice sexy roll. Could have died then quite easily, could have died just then. Nearly died then. Another guy on the right, watch out for him. This shotgun is so good, dude, I love it. Run away from the grenade, that's Elena, don't shoot her. Be conscious of the people trying to flank, because they're the danger here. People at a distance, if they don't have direct line of sight, can do what they want. People flanking are the immediate threat. He goes into cover, there's another grenade, but we're good, it's nowhere near us. Nathan makes some really crazy screams when grenades go off, but you don't take damage unless you're sitting on them. You've got to be a bloody mother hen to take damage from grenades, which I think is really good. The grenades in Uncharted 1, not so good. You can't throw them back. Apparently in the original game you couldn't even throw them until you picked them, which is weird. But in all honesty, I never used grenades on that first game. I just don't really think you need to, outside of some very specific moments. So that guy got put down with the grenade. Here comes another dude rushing. This is a heavy, so be very careful. This is when things are going to get really dumb too, because I'm going to be fighting a heavy while our other heavy watches, and I'm going to be dicing between the range of where I could be instantly killed or I'm completely safe. But you have to know or you'll die. Additionally, if the heavy is in the way of you, you won't get shot because they don't shoot through each other, which is brilliant. And a lesser game would have had that and I would have been angry, but this game is a really great game. So you'll notice there's a lot of dudes here. There's a ton of people. Here comes another person. Somebody shot me from behind. I don't know why I didn't take full damage then. That was a very, very kind shot. Whatever he hit me with was not straight up brutal. That was bitch mode. And I'm happy because that could have been bad. Oh, shooting at Elena. Where is that dude? He's there. Really lucky then. He was trying to come to me, but he just didn't know what to do. His pathing was having issues. Don't ignore the sniper. He's not a threat. He's only a threat if you get lazy. And at this moment, my head's on a swivel, my adrenaline's pumping, and I am the opposite of lazy. So, Micro Uzi is a wonderful gun. Really, really powerful tool. I can't see anybody else here, but I know they exist because there's so many dudes. I'm going to start taking pot shots at the snipers. I'm hitting the cover though. I'm colliding with the cover. The moment I stop colliding with cover, I kill people instantly. So those two people die. Do I not fight with the heavies? I thought I fought with the heavies. Maybe it's a different spawn. You'll see. I think that happens. I didn't dream this, did I? Did I dream this? I hope I didn't. Oh, here it comes. So, Mr. Heavy sneaks up on me, I start fighting him, and lo and behold, there's a heavy in the background. I am, at this point, kind of conscious that this is happening, and I keep moving backwards to try and make the fight happen this way, but not too much so he doesn't pull the shotgun out and kill me. He moves into cover with me, and now we're safe. Now I don't have to care, because he's about to die, and his buddy is about to get blind fired. Or punched. Look at that. Look at that! If that isn't Providence, I don't know what is. That is as lucky as it gets, guys. I managed to survive very close to a point-blank shotgun shot. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And that's the end of the fight. That's what I mean when I say doing these really reckless things, but having a really good time doing it. Oh no, it's not the end of the fight! Shit! Where's he going? That's one of those moments too where you will die to stuff like that because you think it's clear. The game gives you the impression that it could be clear, and it ain't. So be really careful. But I think, touch wood, he was the last person. But that is one of my favourite fights in this entire walkthrough because it shouldn't have worked. What I was doing then was functional, but it wasn't intelligent. And I made it work, so it makes me really happy that I was able to capture that. Unfortunately, doesn't work too well as a strategy because it's reliant on your ability to think quickly and react to multiple threats. And in that instance, I was on fire. But it doesn't mean you're always going to be on fire. There are times when you're not. And I got really lucky with a lot of parts there, which is why I'm alive. So use the car, guys, if you're having trouble, or do the stealth. The stealth is not too bad, but I fucked it up, and I was under the illusion, oh, I'm going to die, and I'm going to do the stealth properly, and I'll just do that. And I didn't die, so I was really happy. But there's another fight coming up on the plane, which I had a super fun time doing too, because it's another crazy one where I just decided to strafe with the Uzi and go to business, and it felt so good at the time. Yeah, it's probably my favourite fight in the game, along with the Rough Seas shotgun fight, because those two fights, you feel invincible, and you're not, and I think that's a wonderful feeling. This is kind of crappy coming up. They're going to take your guns off you for no good validation, and then you're going to be put on a roof with a bunch of people really close, and a bunch of people shooting you when you're trying to get there. And depending on how unfortunate you are will depend on how quickly you die coming up here. I kick him in the face, and I don't even know if I've seen that animation before, but it was lovely. And this guy here could kill me at any time, and he decided not to. So I got very lucky just then. Him, you can kill with skill, because you're in cover, he's in cover, just shoot him in the face. And be aware that you're being shot from behind, but the thing shooting you is not on brutal difficulty, because you can take a few shots from it. That guy's dead, and now I can push forward. So, there's one more dude left before you can get to the plane, and he's going to climb that cargo container. So I'm going to move to the left here, or to the right, sorry, and I'm going to clip his head, because he's an idiot. See you later, Mr. Headscarf Man. There you go. And then we can proceed onwards. He was using a grenade. That's it, Chris, you've done. There's no one left. And then we get to do some awesome platforming. Which I really enjoy this jump into these boxes. Watch this. Oh yeah, that is a fun section. But the only thing left to do now is to chase the plane. And then you chase the plane and you get on the plane and then you're done. Then you're on stowaway. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I'm going to let this video trail out because you don't need me anymore. Probably didn't need me at all because you're all amazing at Uncharted and your beasts. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time to comment and subscribe and all the different ways that you can interact with the channel. And you take care now.